things first, just gonna get it out of the way. Yep, still in yesterday's clothes, not giving a fuck. It is really, really cold today. I'm waiting till it warms up at least a little more before I even think about changing clothes, because the thought of getting out of clothes is completely unbearable right now with how cold it is. So, just saying, yes, I'm aware, same clothes as yesterday's videos. Deal with it. Anyway, so, that is not the point of today's video, however. The point of today's video I want to talk about is the much talked about and led up to episode of Big Bang Theory that just aired, I guess, almost a week ago now, but I just finally watched it this morning. The one of Sheldon and Amy finally going to bed together. I have a lot of feelings about this. Most of them not good. Personally, part of why I didn't watch it when it actually aired was, personally, I was a bit ticked off that they went there, because I liked having a mainstream character on television who is asexual. I did not like the idea of them fucking that up. However, the way they handled it is an entirely possible thing that he may still be asexual, so that's alright. But, yeah, so I want to throw it out there first that I've always liked the show because I resonate with the character of Sheldon a lot. In addition to him being an asexual, he also has Asperger's syndrome, which I also have, and it's not very often in mainstream media at all. Actually, I'm not sure I've actually seen another person with Asperger's in mainstream media. If there are, point me in the right direction, because I'd be interested to see this, but that always resonated with me and was just like, oh my god, they actually put one on TV! And sure enough, most people who know me are like, oh my god, Sheldon is exactly like you. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but funny thing, what do you know? But yeah, and as the character evolved, more and more things were thrown in with that also continue to resonate with me on many different levels, so I kind of took it way too personally when they went there with this one. But I mean, even right down to his obsessiveness over his fandoms, just change the particular fandoms, it absolutely resonates with me, because do you remember the episode where, I think it was like for Christmas, and they gave him like, what was it, a napkin that Leonard Nimoy either like blew his nose with, or had like wiped his mouth. It was something like that, but basically the bottom line was he was fanboying over the fact that, oh my god, I have his DNA, he touched this, if I wanted to, I could clone him, like basically, you know the episode I'm talking about. I kind of had my own moment like that, not over Leonard Nimoy, granted, but over Ringo Starr. When I was a teenager, a friend from a Beatles message board, who I'm still friends with, actually caught a towel that Ringo had been wiping his sweat with on stage, and was cool enough to let me have it because she's primarily a Paul fan. She knew that Ringo had been it for me forever, and was just like, I think this would mean more to you than it does to me, so you can have it. I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. I was just like, Ringo touched this. Ringo sweated on this. Ringo's sweat is on this towel. And this is completely gross to admit, I slept with that thing under my pillow for 3 years. Yeah, not the most sanitary thing, I'm aware, but yeah, so that was the thing. I still have it, by the way. I don't sleep with it anymore. It's in my closet somewhere, folded up in a bag, so it doesn't get damaged, but beside the point, let's get back on topic. Bottom line, on many, many, many levels, I resonate with Sheldon, and I took this particular episode in question very personally, because the whole thing with his character is that he doesn't ever sleep with anybody. I mean, he's dated, but he doesn't sleep with anybody. I'm like, holy god, it's me. Or like, the very few times I have, it has not been for my sake, it's been for the other person's sake. I get nothing out of it, but yeah, I'm kind of one of those people who's like, you know what, I'll do whatever for you, just don't touch me, alright? Cool. But anyway, so, yeah, the thought of them finally doing this, I was like, oh no. They're basically gonna turn this into a thing where suddenly he has now realized his sexual prowess, and now they're gonna be going at it like rabbits, and oh fuck this shit, I'm so done if they go there. They didn't, though, or, well, it's hard to say for sure because that was the most recent episode. We haven't seen where they've gone since then, but even how they wrap the episode up, it doesn't sound like he's that eager to jump back into it again. I mean, like, I think the last thing out of his mouth was, I think I enjoyed that more than I expected to. I can't wait till we do it again on your next birthday. Because it was for Amy's birthday that he did this. This was his gift to her. Yeah, so it's like, he could live with doing this like once a year. I'm like, yeah, I could probably be conned into it once a year, probably, maybe. But, yeah, so, I mean, that, he may still fall under the umbrella of being considered asexual, which, yeah, I mean, for people who aren't that well educated on the topic, there's like a whole huge umbrella that asexuality encompasses. Some people don't ever do it ever. Some people do go to bed, but they don't particularly enjoy it. They just do it for the sake of whoever they're dating so that, they don't lose the person they're dating, but they do it for them because they know their partner has needs and they want to take care of them even though they personally aren't into it, but they do it anyway. There's other ones that I believe is called demisexual, where it's very, very, very rare for them to feel sexual attraction, but they do in very specific circumstances. Like, oh wait, or is that gray A? That might be gray A. Yeah, I got it wrong. That's gray asexual, where it almost never happens under extremely specific circumstances. Yeah, demisexual is where you do not feel sexual attraction unless you are already in an extremely emotionally connected attachment to this person in the first place, and it is impossible to have those urges unless that is met first. There's a whole wide range of other things under that scope, but those are the main ones that get talked about, and I feel like one of those, actually, is probably where Sheldon Cooper falls on the asexuality spectrum. And, okay, still resonate with that. And, okay, so, getting that out of the way, that, alright, maybe they have not completely ruined his character, maybe this is still going to be a thing where it's the typical thing of the two partners have very different levels of desire, and maybe he does it for her, even though it's not really his bag, but he'll do it for her because he already lost her once and doesn't want it to happen again. Okay, that makes sense. That was even a thing in this episode of why he didn't go see Star Wars on opening night, which for him is a huge freaking deal. And part of the whole episode, they did the parallels between his friends who are going to see this movie and him about to go to bed, and basically they're two, even though they're extremely different situations, they were having definite parallels leading up to the actual event, and a lot of the things being said in the scenario with his friends going to see the movie actually very much apply to sex and first times and all of that. Like, I believe it was the guy who came in dressed up with Spock ears who, what was it he said? It was something along the lines of, it's just a movie. Whether it's amazing or if it completely sucks, it isn't going to change your life in any way, shape, or form. You're still going to wake up tomorrow and life's still going to go on. Now, think about that in parallel to what's going on with Sheldon, and basically, the same thing still applies of, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise, you're still going to wake up tomorrow, life's still going to go on, this really doesn't change much of anything. There were all sorts of parallels going on the whole episode with this, like, Amy being so nervous to finally do this, like, she built it up in her mind so much, and anticipated it for so many years, and now that it's finally here, and now she's scared. This was like Raj and, what's his face? The one with the beetle hair, blanking on his name right now. But, yeah, so those two were very nervous about what the film's gonna be like after they've built it up in their heads to whatever it's gonna be. And, like, the whole episode went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like this, which I thought was very interesting. I also feel like they took a very honest approach to how they tackled this, both in terms of the lead up to it and then the reality of it. in that, well, maybe they exaggerated it some, but ultimately, I think they took a very honest approach with it in admitting that they are both scared, even with it having taken as long for them to go do this. But yeah, they are both nervous and they're both agreeing to go through this together and go through it. These are things most people do not talk about when talking about first times. They just talk about how it is either, oh, it's awesome, or oh my god, it was the most horrible thing, or somewhere in the middle. And they completely leave out these sort of things. This episode touched on most of those. So I thought that was really cool that they actually did that. Still have my fingers crossed that they're not ruining the whole asexuality for Sheldon thing, but be that as it may, I'll still watch it probably, unless they do a real huge 180 with this, which frankly I don't see happening. But one thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure if anyone else noticed, for as type A as Sheldon is, for how every last thing has to be planned out to the most minute little detail, right down to where he was asking for consent in contract form and everything, the one thing that was overlooked, they never talked about protection. I am pretty sure I know exactly where their next plot arc is going. And I'm already like, oh god, please, why? But, yeah, given that they didn't touch on this at all, and given the way that they actually went about this with several hours later, and it, like, as if they've been at it for hours, if they went that long with no protection, you know damn well by the laws of TV that now Amy's gonna get knocked up, and the next thing we know, there's gonna be a little baby Sheldon running around, and oh my god, actually, that would probably be enough to turn me off of the show, but given how, the contract for Big Bang Theory has been renewed for, I think, like, another 6 seasons, maybe they felt they had to take a drastic approach like this to be able to stretch it out for that many more seasons with things they haven't already done on it, because god, how many seasons has it been already with Big Bang Theory? They've obviously covered a lot of ground, not had a lot of character development, but as with any show, there's only so many places you can go with any set of characters before it starts turning into cliches, and then once everything becomes a cliche, then they jump the shark and it goes downhill and it's cancelled. So I really hope that's not happening, but if this is, in fact, their next plot arc, and I've predicted it correctly, I have a feeling Big Bang Theory is about to jump the shark. Because I don't see this being a sustainable thing if they go there. Because if they have a baby, the next thing we know, what's-his-face and the blonde chick are gonna have a baby, and then probably Penny will have a baby, and then, god. They may have a spin-off show just for the kids, like Rugrats meets Big Bang Theory. Oh god, that sounds horrible. I would not watch that. That sounds really, really just, lie. But I kind of hate my mind for even coming up with that comparison. Just, no, erase it. I'm like really uncomfortable just thinking of that. But anyway, I'm uncomfortable enough just thinking of a baby Sheldon, but baby, all of them running. Oh my god, I do not want them all to be parents. Please, no. But I guess, given that they've done the character evolution thing of showing them grow up, it does logically make sense as the next step that what would be the next frontier for them to conquer? Parenthood, even though not everybody wants to conquer that and not everybody has kids. But according to television rules, most people do, even though that isn't true necessarily anymore. If you look at statistics, you know how there was the whole baby boom thing of like the 40s and 50s? We are currently now in what is apparently referred to as the baby bust, because there are so many couples and people just opting not to have kids. I actually was unaware that this was a thing until my sister pointed this out to me. Ironically, the sister who's pregnant with her 5th kid. Yeah, I know, irony. But, yeah, so wasn't aware until maybe a couple months ago that that's even a thing and has a name, but that's a thing that has a name that apparently is going on with our generation, so I'm apparently contributing to it. too fucking bad. But anyway, there are still plenty of kids to keep the planet going. Shut up. But anyway, yeah, so basically, I really don't want to see this show take that turn, but I just have this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that that's where they're going with it. And if they do, it's probably going to change a lot of things, because now, with kids in the mix, they're probably going to want to make it more family-friendly, and just, oh my god, it just... Can we not do that? Like, please, can we not do that? It just seems very weird to me that a character like Sheldon, who is so into planning everything, would not think of that. That seems just kind of off point for that character. This does not seem like if this were real life, this would be overlooked. Especially given that it was not a spontaneous act. It was very much thought out ahead of time. Yeah, I do not see this being a thing that would realistically be overlooked, especially by a person like Sheldon. But for the sake of TV, you know, all common logic rules apparently go out the window with these sort of things. Wouldn't be the first show that's done it, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, I also pretty much lolled over the fact that the first time they show Amy in her pajamas in the episode, I definitely own that same exact pair of pajamas, that really ugly, hideous blue calico, ruffly, stripy thing. I probably shouldn't be admitting that, but I was just like, holy crap, I actually backed it up and paused it and went and grabbed mine to compare and was like, oh my god, it is definitely the same exact one. Why? Why is there a second one of this in existence? I don't even know why I own it, to be completely honest, but apparently now somebody else does and was on TV with it. This does not say good things about just my life. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, I'm curious what other people thought about it, because I was expecting to find a lot of vlogs and things about this episode, and then there weren't. So I'm like, for all the build-up that was around this episode, did just nobody watch it? Or did people watch it and just not give a fuck? Or what even? I'm curious to know what other people thought from all sorts of different standpoints. I'm just curious to know what you all thought, if any of you happened to watch it. So, yeah, so anyway, just rambling, so I'm gonna wrap this up here. So, with my usual sign off, if you like this video, click the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Leave comments down below. Until next time.